Yo, what's good, y'all? You know what it is, man. This is episode 2. That shit is hot. Some live podcast.
That's what's good.
This is original.
Slik dA Relic, the living fossil. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. What's good?
So what's good, Slik?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to get this, situation going on. Life still happening. What's up with you?
You know, everything regular.
No doubt.
So today's topic, remember that chick, Amber Guyger, who went into that guy's apartment and shot him in Dallas?
Yeah. Botham Jean or Botham John?
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, well, they just upgraded her charges, and she was just recently indicted for murder. You know, as opposed to manslaughter. Before they originally charged her for manslaughter, but now they upped it to murder. So, what you think about that?
I think that most likely her story is not adding up, basically,
Okay, now, murder. Now, I was wondering, murder is going to be a little bit harder to prove. Matter of fact, it's going to be a lot harder to prove than manslaughter, because manslaughter is saying that he died in error. Murder is saying she had intentions on killing him. Now, do you really think she had intentions on killing him? Did she have intentions on killing the guy?
I don't know. They say that they didn't know each other. So that's going to play a part, that basically plays a part if you don't know the person. It comes down to her story. Like, what's her story? Her
story is that she worked 12 hours. She came home, she parked her car, and she got off the elevator or whatever vehicle she used to get up to her floor. She got off on the wrong floor and went to her apartment. She went to her apartment,
right? And
when she opened the door, first she said the door was locked and whatever, but then she said the door was open. She changed her story, but then she said she seen a silhouette, told him to freeze. He didn't freeze, so she let him have it.
Right. Now, her, like I said, her story changed a little bit. She lived under him. She lived underneath him. So he lived on the 4th floor. She lived on the 3rd floor.
Right.
All right, so she got off the wrong floor. And there's things around that, because everybody can get off the wrong floor if we in our cell phone, we in our cell phones or whatever, and we just happen to just walk off an elevator.
Right. I agree with that.
He had a red doormat.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I still think that can be overlooked. I think that can be overlooked.
You think that you could go to your apartment and see a doormat and say, "Oh, this is still my apartment"?
If you're not thinking about it, and you're like you said, texting or I think initially she said she had packages or something, and she put her packages down.
Right, but if once you step on carpet and then you step on something else.
So let's entertain that.
Right.
She says, so say she did get there in error. All right, say what are you saying? It wasn't an error. If the mat was there,
I'm saying that how do you continue to pursue getting in the door if you already recognize that the doormat is not yours?
Okay, either it was in error or it wasn't an error. So now we're suggesting that she was intentionally going in the house to kill this guy.
It's got to be something more. This is why the murder charge is up, because of the fact
but it's got to be some type of confrontation or something.
Right.
There's got to be some reason why she was up there. What was she doing up there if it wasn't by mistake?
Well, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going to the steps. So now she used her key, right?
That was the initial story, but then after that it changed to the door was open already.
Right, the door supposedly was open.
Right.
People say, his friends and stuff say he never left his door open, and the door slammed shut. So the door has some type of spring activation that closes the door. As soon as you walk in, the door will automatically close itself.
Right.
All right, so now, and what time of the day was it? The middle of the night, am I
think
right?
it was like 2 in the morning or something.
Exactly. So my man is up with his door open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the lights are out. And he's alone. Like, there's no female in the house. There's no other male in the house.
Okay. So say we discard that it was an accident. So now
Right.
what else could we suggest? Why else would she be going up there?
I don't know.
You think she just came home from work and said, yo, fuck
They
that.
saying they never met each other.
I'm gonna kill this nigga.
No, I don't think that happened like that. It's like,
So
you know,
wait, so what could it possibly been? This is what I'm trying to. I don't know. Like
now the
you know what I think her story could have been. It could have been. I mean, would have made a little more sense if she would have said. She would have said his music was loud. She went up there to tell him his music was loud, and he got belligerent and came to attack, and she shot him. That would have made a lot more sense than the story she's telling.
originally gave.
Yeah, or the story that other people are suggesting. Because I mean, when it first popped off, people was like, "Yo, he was smashing her."
Right.
But I don't believe that either, because I think somebody would have seen something to that effect if they was
Right, they
good.
would have been, and they might have had pictures by it. You know,
Yeah, there would have been some type of footage of them together, right?
They texts. They might have had texts together. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got a relationship, something like that, you're texting each other somewhere down the line.
But you know what it is? The district attorney, what's her name? I think Faith Johnson, the district attorney. She's not playing, because she just convicted the other guy from Dallas for killing that 15-year-old kid. He just got convicted a couple weeks ago for killing him, and so she ain't playing with these people, these cops that's killing people out there in Dallas. She pushed, and initially they was mad at the police chief for not firing her, but she got fired. And
the police chief is the black lady.
Yeah,
right?
another
right,
what her name is something. What the hell is her name?
I know you talking
Renee
about.
Hall. Yeah, she yeah, but then she fired her, and
Well, see, they tried to cover it up. They tried to. The original report said that they had no suspect at the time. So after she done killed this guy, shot him, whatever, other police officers are there, and when they respond to the call, they say they have no suspect at the time.
Yeah,
even though it's a police officer's gun that's been fired.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. The police are always gonna hold each other down.
Yeah, because look,
they always gonna hold each other down.
yeah, and that's part of the problem, because, and this is why this is getting drawn out like this, because of the protection. They trying to have protection for her. Luckily for what is that, Dallas? That was in Dallas, right?
Right.
Luckily for the people in Dallas, they was in an uproar and they just stayed on it. They stayed on it till she lost her job, and then now she's going through the system.
All right. So now let's get back to upgrading the charges to murder. If with manslaughter, they only got to prove that she didn't intend to kill him, but she was reckless and she killed him.
Right.
And that charge would stick. Now, murder, they got to prove that she had intentions on killing him. How are they going to prove that a cop had intentions on killing somebody when her story is what her story is? Her story is that she seen him and she said freeze and he didn't freeze. There's nothing. Being at the last, it's hard to get around that. It's hard to say there's intentions with that. I think it's very hard to say that she had intentions on killing him when there was no confrontation on record, no relationship. It's just she found herself up there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, let me ask you this. What is the years between manslaughter and murder?
Manslaughter, from what I know in the streets, you can come home in 7 years.
Okay.
Murders, you get
Murders,
life.
I know what murder is.
Yeah, manslaughter is
and
nothing.
don't they got like stiff penalties out there in Texas? Like death penalty type shit?
I don't know.
I think they got stiff penalties.
Well, they're not
out
giving.
there.
They're not giving.
I know that.
There's no way a cop is getting.
I know that, but I'm just saying they penalties is stiff out.
So
there.
let me ask you: do you think a cop should go to jail for accidentally killing somebody.
So you're saying that don't happen every day?
No, they definitely. Well,
that shit happens every day. They go down as an accident.
But
intentional gunfire from police officers' guns be going down as an accident.
Okay, like
all the time.
Let's put aside racism, but just the nature of a police officer's job. Do you think that a police officer should go to jail for accidentally killing somebody?
I mean, nobody should go to jail for accidents.
Okay.
But yo, you can't. This is the thing. This is the thing. You have people that get caught up in an accident, and then you have those family members of the victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta weigh their feelings into the whole situation because they want you locked up.
They want you locked up.
You know what I'm saying?
They're looking at it from, they're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right, because they're gonna look at you like you're lying. Period.
Right. Especially
there's nothing you're gonna say that's gonna be the truth to them.
Right.
Especially, if it's police officers.
Yeah, most of the time, the situation wasn't handled properly. I can't even say it was an accident. With the situations that happen, I can't even say it's an accident. I just say it's got a lot to do with cultural unawareness, racism, and.
Now, see, this is the problem with what's going on out here today, because cops do a lot of underhanded stuff, and then when something like this happens, like, yo, nobody want to hear it because of what happened in the past, what's been happening recently. All these videos that show stuff that happened recently, that's already fixated in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So now we automatically thinking that they lying. It's automatic. It's an automatic reaction to say, "Oh, they lying." A black person will automatically feel that way. Latino person gonna automatically feel that way because of that situation, because of what's been happening over the course of all of these years.
She's posted a few memes on social media that would suggest that she's a hothead. I don't want to jump out the window and say racist, but I think it's something to that effect, or something I saw. It was the meme about the NFL died because of colon cancer, referencing Colin Kaepernick.
Right. So, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So that would suggest some type of racism,
right? Because
if anybody is against that stance he took, I can go ahead and say they're racist.
Right. I've also seen pictures of her with family members that had shirts on that say "All Lives Matter."
Right.
So you can use that as well, because Black Lives Matter was a movement supporting Black lives, and that All Lives Matter came out meaning
as a rebuttal.
Right, exactly.
As if Black Lives Matter was saying that white lives didn't matter when it wasn't. It was just saying stop killing us already.
Exactly.
We tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not killing y'all like that. They killing us like that.
Exactly. And then I also seen a picture where a guy put up some type of gang signs.
Her crew?
Yeah, and she was in the picture.
Yeah, it was some Confederate shit or something.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I seen that too. So, listen, they said she was banging on his door talking about let me in. Like, that's what witnesses were saying.
That's another thing. Like, what could that have been? What could that have been associated with? What if she was doing that, what would that suggest?
Right, so she had to know she had to know where she was at. She had to know that red mat was not her door. Her key fob didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
So then she sorted him out and murdered him then.
Well, this is why she's getting that charge. This is why the charge been upgraded. This is what I'm looking at, because on the outside looking in, we don't have everything. Everything is not in front of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The jury and all that, they getting more information than we're getting. You understand what I'm saying? So it's only, if we ain't got no type of situation where it's like
it's hard for you to get for you not to get indicted by the grand jury. The grand jury is almost 9 times out of 10, 99.999 going to indict somebody. They're going to be able to present enough evidence in order for the grand jury to indict.
Now, what's funny though, you know, what's serious matter though is that police have many laws that, you know, help them out.
No,
you know what I'm saying? They got many laws and, you know, help them out. I'm pretty sure her union, the lawyers, whatever, they already concocting up some type of situation.
I mean, when she said she feared for her life, that's almost like
there you go.
That's almost going to clear her right off the rip.
Right, but the gray area for that is why you at his house.
She said she was up there by accident.
Yeah,
and then you know what it is? All they have to do, I don't know, all they have to do is raise a doubt. Right. They don't have to prove that. All they got to do is raise a doubt in the jury's mind, and then they cannot convict her.
Right.
It's not a civil case. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just they have to be 100% sure that she did it in order to convict her. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like they gotta if they raise a doubt, if they say, okay, have you ever, when you're in your college days or you live in an apartment building, have you ever found yourself, you may have had drinks or may have been on medication or what, have you ever found yourself at the wrong apartment?
Right, right.
And then there's going to be a couple of jurors that might identify with that and be like, yeah, I've done it before, because I know I've done it. I've done it plenty of times. I mean, I lived in a building mostly all my life.
Really? Really?
What? Come on, my building had 23 floors, so I was all, you know, going up and down them elevators a million times. There's plenty of times to stop on the wrong floor. You get up on the wrong thing, you be at the wrong door.
But see,
try to stick the key and then realize and you have to run because you know they coming to the door with the bats and all kinds of shit. Like
the thing about that is, because I've done that too. I've been on different floors, but you know, different floor. The way they complex is set up is different from, you know, the buildings out here where we at. You know, where every floor smells different. You know what I'm saying? Certain cats is cooking certain foods.
Yeah.
And certain mattresses.
But that varies with time, though.
No, I understand that too. But then you got certain doors that got, the paint is different. The paint is chipping in different spots. Markings are different.
Yeah, but first of all, to be at the wrong door in the first place, you have to be not paying attention.
Or on some fucking type of fucking substance.
Right, true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
I don't know how, did her drug
No,
shit
I
come back?
don't even think they did they give her
Yeah,
a
I think she got something that night. I believe she got something that night. They tested something the first night. But see, that's another thing. These toxicologists be on some bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? And who knows how they got that shit set up where she has 0 drugs in her system or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you never know how these guys come out with these tests and all that.
Yeah,
you know, and to go into his house with a search warrant and to find drug paraphernalia and police vests and scanners and police equipment and all this shit. All of a sudden, he got all this shit.
I mean, I really think the jury may look at that as a reach because I think everybody that may even hurt the
defense.
Yeah, that may hurt the defense for bringing that shit up because sometimes the jury will look at that shit like, come on, are you serious? That has nothing to do with the case. Marijuana, they're legalizing marijuana in so many states now, so it's not as bad as what, you know, it may have been 15 years ago, for one. And he was supposed to be a church-going guy.
Exactly. So, like he was doing charity work and all that stuff. So you know, I'm not saying that guys that do charities, guys, you know, they don't
get their head right.
Right, exactly. But come on.
They trying to criminalize him.
Yeah, they trying to add a smear campaign and flip it. They trying to flip it and make him look like the bad person.
Right, that might not work in her favor. And then, I mean, we just seen this other cop in Dallas go down for killing that kid. He got 15 years for killing that kid. What's his name? Jordan Edwards, and the cop was what, Roy some shit. What I got? Roy Oliver. Yeah, he just He just got hit with 15 years. So that DA out there is not bullshitting with these cops. So I don't know. Hopefully, you know, more facts come out. I would like to hear more facts. I would like to know exactly what happened, you know, because I mean, you know, once the police get their hands on it and they get their hands on the paperwork and they sit down with her, you know how much bullshit.
Exactly.
I mean, quite naturally, you're going to, in that situation, you're going to expect a little bit of bullshit. It's going to be some bullshit. Even if anybody had that situation, they're going to give you some bullshit to make it look, because certain things may look like you actually had it, but you didn't, but you don't want it to look like that. So you may say, you know, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I can't see her having intention coming home from work and be like, yo, I'm gonna go upstairs and kill this guy. I can't really see that.
I agree with you. That's why I'm feeling. That's why I'm saying to myself, either she was on something or they knew each other. Like, you going to the house, banging on the door, like, let me in. You see that the mat is there. It should automatically tell you that this is not your door. Like, and your key fob is not working. You know what I'm saying? You need the key fob to get in. So if it's getting rejected.
So she's saying let me in. She also threw that she was tired.
This is what the apartment complex tenants are saying.
That they heard her say let me in. Let me in. Right.
Banging on the door.
2 people said that.
So so either you on something or y'all knew each other. And something must have went down before. Like, was he cheating on you? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
But was she on something? You think she was on her way home getting her hair right?
I'm saying
it's such a weird. I mean, I almost believe that she found herself there in error. However, just handled the situation wrong.
But nobody does that. Why? Because she had a gun on her? Because she's a cop, so now cop instincts kicked in? That's what you're saying? Like, cop instinct kicked in. Well, this dude's in my apartment. The door's open. Like the red mat shows you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get past the mat. You can't get past that mat. And that's the part that I believe the jury's looking at too. How do you get past the mat and the key fob not working?
But that's the thing. So if it wasn't a mistake, what was it?
I think they covering up her drug test.
You think so?
I think something's being covered up right now.
She just got over work.
Okay, and?
So you think she was fucked up?
Who knows where she came from? I don't know.
Fucked up. You ain't talking like a buzz.
I don't know. They covering something up. Something's all right. For me, it's 2 scenarios. She's on something, or they know each other. You know what I'm saying? Or the only other thing I could go with is racism, the racism route, where she just wanted to go kill somebody.
Well, okay, I think racism always plays a part in how white cops respond to black people. However,
of course,
I don't think racism brought her to the door to kill him. I don't think she sought out to kill a black man that day. I don't think they had a relationship, because if they were having a relationship, I think there would be some footage. I think somebody would have came forth and said, yeah, I seen them together. They was baby facing by the elevator. Something to that effect.
Right,
Nobody is saying nothing as far as that's concerned. No evidence has came out that they, so I'm almost ready to rule out that they were smashing. You know what I'm saying? The toxicology, that's a reach. That's a reach too. But I just want to know, I truly think that it might have been a mistake. And the question is, should she be held accountable?
You can't make a mistake like that. How can that? That's hard to make that mistake when you got the fucking, you can't get past the red mat in front of the door. That's hard. Was she drowsy? Was she asleep? She might not, maybe she wasn't on no drugs. Maybe she was on fucking pharmaceutical medicine. Maybe she's on fucking some shit that just made her drowsy. You know what I'm saying? But something, you can't overlook that the mat is in front of the door. And your key fob don't work.
But what if she didn't see the mat?
You gotta see the mat. The mat is fucking bright red.
If you're looking at,
I don't know what the rest of the carpet is, but
looking at your phone or something,
right. But when you put your
having-
foot on the mat, like you feel the difference of carpet texture. You feel that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
You don't step over the mat to get in the fucking house.
I don't know.
And the key fob is not working. I don't know. But the jury is obviously looking at it like, I think the jury's looking at it the same way I'm looking at it. Like, you can't get past that part.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
they just presented enough evidence to say that she.
Right, and that red mat is part of that evidence. And that fucking key fob. I'm telling you.
Well, the fact that she was in his apartment and shot the motherfucker is enough
True,
evidence.
true.
That's
True.
enough evidence to say that she murdered her.
True.
They got to prove the burden is going to be on her. Well, I mean, technically, the burden is on the state, but it's really going to be on her to tell what the fuck she was doing in his apartment. Yeah. That's going to be where the burden lies. But she said the doors. I don't know, man. That's going to be a tricky one. I'm looking forward to see the outcome. I hope his family is,
Yeah, rest in peace to him, man.
Yeah, get what they deserve.
That's a sad situation.
Word.
I don't know. I can't get past. Like I said, I can't get past the first part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Driving to the wrong floor. I can't get past that. Because if it was, I'm gonna tell you like this: if it was your child, like if your child that came and they came home with a lame ass story like this, your first reaction would be like, how you not recognize the fucking red mat on the floor? Not the murder, just coming home and lying that he went to somebody else's house instead of coming home and he was hours late.
But
you're gonna immediately hit him with those fucking pieces and trip him up.
But if you've done it before, if you found yourself at the wrong apartment, you're gonna be able to identify with it.
Right, it does happen. I'm not saying it don't happen, but you quickly correct yourself when you get to that point. You correct yourself.
I'm telling you,
you don't bang on the door.
I've been at doors that don't look nothing like my door and being like trying to stick the key, and you even be like trying to force this shit because you think something's wrong. You're convinced in your mind that it's your door, so you're trying to force the key, and you're like, what the fuck? Then when you look and you finally see, wait a minute, 3E, hold up.
You was in your right mind?
I don't know. But I don't know. It's been, a lot of times I wasn't. But when you realize it, now your heart start beating. You start beating because you know that the person on the inside is getting flustered. They're starting to get ready to come to that door.
Because their heart is beating too.
Yeah, they get ready to come to
because somebody's sticking their key in their fucking keyhole.
And this is what could have happened. She realized and now she's realized, she said she didn't realize it was the wrong apartment until
she got inside?
Nah, it was even way after that, she said.
She said the lights was out.
She said after the call was made or something.
Yeah, but see, that's another thing. You come in the house, and I know they had to be doing all of this with the jury. You come in the house, what's the first thing you do? You click your light on. Or you come in the house, lock the door, click your light on.
I would have think he met her in the doorway, in the corridor by the door. I'm just thinking there's a corridor by those type of doors or something. And he met her by the corridor. She said she saw the silhouette, and she said freeze. She saw the silhouette.
Right. Then she shot him.
Now if she's actually thinking that that's her apartment, I mean that's a pretty good story. If she's thinking that's her apartment, he's a burglar, she has a reason to be scared.
She gotta say was my man asleep? Was he asleep? Because you gotta say the lights were out. You gotta say that.
Well, it was 2:00.
Right. I'm just saying you have to say that because if the lights are on, you automatically know that's not your fucking apartment.
Right. But the lights were out.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said. The lights were out.
But they say he also was playing music.
Was he?
I don't know, man. This is just like I said. I can't get past the red mat and your key not working. I can't get past that. So if I was there, if I was on that jury, I'd be like, yo, I can't. That's the part you can't get past. You know what I'm saying?
But being on that jury, in order to convict her, the DA is going to have to prove intent. They're going to have to prove intent. Now, how are you going to get over that story? It's not they're going to have to prove that story is a lie for the jury to even be able to overlook it. They're going to have to prove that story is a fucking lie or that story sticks. And they're going to tell the jury, hey, you can believe what you want, but
right.
If that story is going to stick, if they can't prove it's a lie, they're going to have to debunk that story or make it look a lie, or that story is going to fucking stick.
Yeah, it's definitely a case that...
Okay, so now what about the case of going for murder as opposed to going for manslaughter? Now, this is all or nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Manslaughter, they could have got manslaughter and now they're going for murder. What if they don't get nothing?
Right.
If they don't get nothing, that's going to be a real slap in the face to the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sad, and then, cops like that be back on the street.
Well, her ass is fired.
Yeah, I know she's fired, but,
Well, hopefully justice is served. I want to see justice served. I want to, I'm definitely going to continue to follow this case. You know what I'm saying?
We'll keep up with it.
We probably be back up here talking about it again when more evidence presents itself.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anyway, that's it. You already know what it is, man. That shit is Hot Sun Live Podcast, Episode 2. I'm the God Original.
Slik dA Relic, Living Fossil.
You already know what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and peace.
Peace.